trying to achieve an unnatural look while being a natty athlete? Well, there may be a solution to look sauced without the sauce, and that is going bear mode. I decided to give it a try. This is what happened, but you gotta focus. So what's the secret to bear mode? Well, you see, in your shoulders, upper chest, neck, and traps, there's a larger amount of androgen receptors relative to other muscles in the body. Now, when someone hops on the sauce, these areas usually respond exceptionally well, with little or no added effort. So with bear mode, the idea is, as a natural athlete, we will have to get these areas to respond the natural way, and that is focusing on training these areas in our workout splits while eating a hearty protein-rich diet, ideally in a calorie surplus. So on day one, after a basic upper body calisthenics workout, it was time to initiate bear mode training.
It's time to get bear mode.
It's time to get bear mode.
That wasn't as epic as I thought it was gonna be.
The first exercise, incline press, supersetted with shrugs. Jeez, bro. So these exercises literally focus on the upper chest, delts, and traps, which are, like I mentioned, the unnatty muscles. Now on the incline press, I tried to go heavy to really help stimulate and build that muscle density in that upper shelf. Going for about 5 reps on the incline press, immediately followed by about 10 to 12 reps with the same weight with shrugs. Now, when I went too heavy,
Okay, no.
well, let's just say I'm glad to have had this power rack by Bells of Steel with these 1,000-pound rated safety straps. After 5 supersets, my upper chest, shoulders, and traps were feeling it, but I wasn't done. The next exercise was 10 reps of lateral raises supersetted with 10 reps of front raises, specifically targeting the delts, but also with the front raises secondarily targeting some of the front of the neck muscles, as you can clearly see are stimulated here with this neck pump. Doing 4 sets of this exercise, and then I was done bear mode training for the day, but I had just begun bear mode eating. So in order to help repair and thus grow back stronger and bigger the muscles I just trained, I plan to consume a calorie and protein-rich diet, starting off with a wholesome protein shake and soon after following a series of hearty protein-rich meals. Now the traditional bear mode diet usually consists of a dirty bulk, which is essentially just eating any food available, but I wanted to put a twist on this method and get my calories in with clean meals only, and by clean I mean no added junk, all home cooked, rich in protein, carbs, and fats. I was hoping by using healthy food, I would be keeping my energy levels high so that I could train more optimally, as well as avoid putting on useless body mass. And so far so good. On day 2 after a leg workout, I then initiated my bear mode training. For this day, I would specifically focus on neck as well as forearms. Forearms, those weren't mentioned in the beginning of this video. Well, I figured when it comes to looking unnatty while wearing clothes, having meaty forearms would definitely help. So starting with one of my favorite exercises to stimulate the forearms as well as the wrists. Yes, watch my video on that if you're interested. Anyways, hanging from a bar for a maximum amount of time, supersetting this with 75 front head turns to stimulate the sternocleidomastoid as well as other front of the neck muscles, and then 100 rear head turns to stimulate the posterior neck muscles. 3 supersets of this circuit and then off to the next exercise, which was 15 side head turns using a resistance band on the right and left, followed by 15 reps of forearm curls, fingers fully extended at the end of each rep, and then 15 reverse forearm curls. 3 total sets, and at the end of this, I was really feeling the pump. Cringe.
So starting the day off, I actually had a big glass of water. I had some lemon in there and I refilled that a couple of times. But now that I'm hydrated, this is how I've been eating for these past couple of days. I'm getting my first meal in right here, breakfast. Then in about 2 hours when this is settled, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm going to train arms today and then add on the bear mode exercises. After the gym, protein shake, and then shortly after that, a small meal, and then shortly after that, dinner 1, and then a couple hours later, dinner 2, and then by that time, it should be the evening, but if I'm still hungry and I want to eat more, I'll have another protein-rich meal as a bedtime snack to set me off to hibernation. But that being said, I don't like my food cold, so I'm going to dive into breakfast here. Hardy, hardy, har.
So rather than doing my occasional intermittent fast about 3 times a week, I decided for bear mode training, I would eat these hearty calorie and protein-rich meals frequently to help improve digestion and maximize muscle protein synthesis. On day 3, the entire workout was centered around bear mode training, so after warming up with some pull-ups, I then did 4 supersets of 5 reps of heavy incline press, immediately followed by 10 to 12 shrugs with the same weight. I felt like this combo severely targeted that anabolic upper shelf. After this, followed by 3 supersets of moderately heavy bicep curls around 8 to 12 reps, paired with skull crushers using the same weight around 8 to 12 reps. Quite the arm blaster of a superset. And then after this, a triple superset, 10 reps of lateral raises, 10 reps of front raises, and 10 reps of rear delt raises. And that was it. I tried to keep this bear mode training day focused, intense, and concise. Continuing now with a protein shake that I pre-packed right here. Gonna take this down, go to the store, get some groceries, more food for later, and then continue just eating my meals. And it's just gonna be like literally hibernation mode for the rest of the day. See you guys in a bit. And to keep the bear growing, upon returning home about 2 hours before dinner, having another small meal. On day 3, it was leftover meat and potatoes. For dinner, some more wholesome food, and then a few hours later, even more wholesome food. Eating so frequently and what I believed was a calorie surplus made my temperature rise. And after this final meal, I was full, so I hibernated for the night. Slept. Day 4, waking up pretty sore in the traps and shoulders. After loosening up and getting some food in, I had a 20-minute goof around session on the trampoline to warm up, and then it was straight into bear mode training. To switch it up, working on grip with the captains of Crush grippers. To warm up, doing reps of 10 on the right and left with a lighter squeeze, and working up to a heavy hold for 15 seconds on the right and left. 5 sets of these holds was actually super exhausting to not only the forearm and hand muscles, but also the tendons. After getting my neck warmed up with 75 front head turns followed by 100 back head turns. And then it was off to the bear cave, where I did 3 sets of weighted neck curls, 10 to 15 reps on each quadrant of the neck. It's very important to do these right and use good posture so there is no injury and you're just targeting the muscle. Luckily that I did, and afterwards my neck muscles were fried.
How are we looking? On natty yet? Bear mode.
Something very important to note to this style of training was getting good sleep, or hibernating. Every night during this regimen, I tried to get at least 8 hours of high quality sleep. Something that worked like magic that I did during this experiment was not using my phone or any other electronic device at least 1 hour before bedtime. And miraculously, what should have been obviously, it made a huge difference when it came to my quality of sleep and getting to bed and actually going to sleep. I think this is something I'm going to try to do here on out. Anyways, even with high quality sleep and eating high quality food, on day 5 the soreness was beginning to accumulate, but I decided to continue to push forward and switch it up on day 5 with deadlifts, which not only target the posterior chain, but also indirectly target the traps. And because I wasn't confident going up heavy in weight with all of this fatigue, I decided to superset the deadlifts with shrugs to hit those bear mode muscles. However, after doing 5 sets of this strange superset, I was really feeling the accumulation from the week. So I kept this workout very concise. On day 6, feeling recharged, I really wanted to tackle this day. So to really hit those androgenically receptive muscles, I started with a kneeling shoulder press, my ceiling is too short, supersetted with bent over rows, 4 sets. And then, not forgetting about the arms, 3 sets of bicep curls. But to do them slightly more bear mode style and target the upper forearm, I did them reverse. This was then followed by 4 sets of tricep pushdowns, and then some front raises to target the front delts, a very androgenic zone, but also the front of the neck. As I mentioned earlier, a very parabolic area. From here, 5 sets of dead hangs for as long as I could possibly hold to target the forearms and wrist area. Bear paws. And then to help thicken the neck, which is pinnacle to bear mode training, 2 sets of 4 quadrants of neck curls. This workout was very fatiguing, but it felt good to really pump up these androgenically receptive areas. Just standing there or looking in the mirror, I felt really solid in that upper shoulder, upper neck, upper shelf. I'm not trying to sound douchey, but it really kind of made you feel like, what's up, bro? If you know what I'm saying. Like powerful, I guess. Regardless, the next day I was actually very sore. So for the final day, I decided just to stick to eating and hibernation. I'm honestly kind of just fatigued in like every area now. And I feel like what's best is to approach this final day of bear mode training as a hibernation day. But on top of hibernating, we're also gonna be eating. So a rest and recovery day. You know, you might think a week isn't enough, but I really do feel like we've made a difference right now, and I'm excited to compare the before and afters. But with that being said, I'm gonna take it easy the rest of the day, relax, recover. See you guys in a bit. Would 1 week of focusing on these androgenic muscles while constantly eating hearty protein-rich food and resting yield some significant visual differences? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you might be surprised at what I discover. It is time for the results. But you gotta focus. Plot twist. Why do I say plot twist? Because I'm actually almost 2 pounds down from the beginning of this experiment. And why that's relevant, if you don't remember, bear mode training usually has to do with eating in a calorie surplus and just gaining all of this weight and then filling out those upper body muscles. But what happened during this week is I actually lost almost 2 pounds, visibly look a little leaner. It looks like my neck did get a little thicker, but my traps also look a little bit more anabolic. Those muscles popping more and me being slightly leaner is arguably even more of an unnatty anabolic look than just being fatter and having those muscles bigger. Which leads me to an interesting idea, and that is for the natural athlete. Why not throw in an extra set or 2 of these bear mode style training exercises targeting the traps, shoulders, neck, upper body in this region, those androgenic muscles, to have that unhuman, unnatty appearance, or at least retain that a little bit more when the weight's coming off. I don't know, what do you guys think? I only really lost like 1.5 pounds. It's only been 1 week, and I think I lost most of this weight because I wasn't eating any junk food, as opposed to what I was probably eating these last couple of months, and that's a winter of yo-yo bulking, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe. More experiments, more videos coming out. Hope you all have a great day. Peace. I will see you all in the next video.